What is going on, YouTube? I'm back with another YWB banger. And in today's video, we have a story time, a juicy story time. This is like an older story time that happened to me around the first time that I smoked weed. So this is like probably half a year after I first smoked weed. And this is fucking while ago, man. This happened 6 fucking years ago. 6 whole years ago, dude. Just about 6 years ago, because this happened in the summer of 2020. So we might as well get into this video. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned with the other videos. Let me tap some fucking cards. This is like the last bit of my 2 rosin pens. Let's go. Anyways, like I said, this happened to me like around the summertime of 2020. I was working at this Wendy's. I was about like 15, 16. I was 16 years old at this time because I was working at Wendy's. So, yep, I was 16 years old. I just started smoking. Like, my first blunt was October 10th of 2019. That was my birthday. I just turned 15. I smoked like this shitty ass Swisher and like this Black and Mild with this one kid. I think I did tell the story. I did 2 years ago, but anyways, so this is a story time where I took my first edible and had my first psychosis, right? I never taken edibles prior to this. I've smoked maybe a good handful of times. So I was by no means an experienced stoner at all. This was like just tip dabbling into weed, basically. So I took these gummies called Cosmic Crunchies, and at the time, I'm pretty sure these were legit THC, legit THC, like Delta 9. And this is what Rari and I kind of theorized, because the fucking shop, the head shop, literally got shut down like months after this happened, maybe a year after or whatever. But I'm pretty sure these were like Delta 9 or just a little bit above the 0.3 mark. But anyways, though, so this story time takes place at Wendy's, like where I worked at, basically. But the thing was, like, we didn't have these at all. Like, we didn't even fucking get these. I don't even think we got these from St. Paul. If not, we just didn't even have the Eddies. So it was just me, JV, and Jay. This is like, they were kind of like more so a minor figure in this specific story time, but like later on, I do have other story times of taking the same batches of brownie, or not brownies, but edibles. But anyways, though, so this would take place with Rocco and Rari, right? Let's begin with these two motherfuckers. So these two were like way down south, right? They lived in like this suburban area, like near the Minneapolis area. So they had to bus like over an hour and a half from fucking, like, let's just call it like Apple Square all the way to fucking St. Paul. And they did that shit through thick and thin. These fuckers literally like ran in the fucking rain. I remember they ran in the rain because it was downpouring while we were just leaving our job. Like, these fuckers, it was fucking insane. So they get off at this bus stop probably like a minute away from our job. And I'm sure they missed the bus and shit like that too. So I really appreciate you both for fucking doing this shit. Even though like the story's kind of a negative story, like, if I didn't have this psychosis, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today, basically. But anyways, though, so they pull up at our job, right? Like, we were just clocking off by the time they pulled up. Well, probably like a couple minutes beforehand, because I remember like them fucking, I was like taking orders at the drive-thru, right? I was doing cashier, and I just seen these fuckers like run around like across the fucking window, because you could only see so far to the left and right. And it was just crazy. It was like on some movie shit. But so once we clock off, we didn't even have much time to talk to them, because Jay and JV's grandma already pulled up because she was going to give us a ride back because it was downpouring. She's going to give them a ride, but, you know, she's really cool, and she decided to help me out too. So, like, we only had like a minute to really talk to them, get the Eddies, and I remember eating like I probably ate all of them while talking to Rari, Rocco, and the other boys, Jay and JV, but I just remember they tasted like fucking straight up dank, dude. It was like sugary dank, you know? Obviously like how regular like gummies taste like, but I hate the taste of weed. I can smoke it, I can dab it, I just can't eat it. Maybe drink it, like tinctures aren't that bad, but anyways though, so I believe these were 25 milligrams each. I ate like 4 pieces, and I didn't really feel it until like the car ride, you know? we only lived like maybe like 2 minutes away. So like I started really feeling it during the car ride because it's already been like 15 minutes after. We were kind of stalling a bit, and like fucking Jay and JV's grandma was getting a little pissed off. But anyways though, so yeah, they were kind of hitting while in the car ride. And I remember when I walked in the crib, I just like went downstairs. Cause I was soaking wet. I had to fucking change into like pajamas and shit like that. And eventually, like I started to like feel different. I remember like about like when I was gonna say goodnight to my mom, I felt like a GTA character, you know? Like it was like I was seeing myself in third person, and I remember just like so like my mom's old room was like our old ass house. So the room was basically kind of like an attic in a way. So the ceiling obviously took the shape of the roof, but like there wasn't any there wasn't any cover to the ceiling, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it, but it was a top third floor and it looked like a fucking attic. Anyways though, there was like this fucking like handrail, so when you're going up the stairs you can't really see the room because you're covered by that railing. So you got to go around the railing, and it's kind of like a hallway, but not really because you can obviously see the bed and everything. So you go down there, and while I was walking literally like 5 steps, I saw myself in third person, and I remember my mom already kind of knew something was up. She saw something in my eyes. She asked if I was either tired or like got done crying or some shit. I think she asked if I was tired. But anyways though, so I kind of like just like I go around the bed, just kind of like sit down for a bit. Eventually I like lay down like where my stepdad used to sleep. I'll get to that in a second, but I talked to my mom a little bit. And she just yaps, you know, she talks a lot. She's just like, she doesn't have nothing to hide. She fucking just talks your ear off, dude. She'd be able to talk to a whole fucking light post, dude. But anyways, though, after like maybe 5 minutes of just talking and shit, asking how my how shift was, how my work was and whatnot. And eventually I don't nod off, but like I start to like zone out and like slowly fall asleep. And eventually like she's like fucking yelling at me, like asking me if I just want to go to bed. And I asked her, I don't know, dude, I was just really fucking high. I don't know what was going on in my mind, but I asked if I can just like sleep there. I'm like I was just like half asleep, just like fucking like comfortable as fuck, right? And she's like, no, you're fucking grown as shit, just like go downstairs. And she kicks me out. So I get up all pissed off and shit, and then she's like, she just asked if I was okay, and she's like, you're being fucking weird. And I go downstairs, right? Eventually my girlfriend calls, my girlfriend at the time, right? 6 years ago. And I pick up the phone, and I just remember vividly like she was just trying to like talk to me, and I would just laugh at everything she said to the point where she got really annoyed and just hung up. But before she did, I remember like just like being in slow motion, right? I was laying down on my couch where I was sleeping at the time, and I just said to her, like, I feel like I'm about to overdose. I feel like I'm overdosing. Word for word, I feel like I'm overdosing. And she got really mad, fucking hung up. And like I said, though, this is where I was going to get to. My stepdad was sleeping in my old room at the time. Now it's my old room, but at the time, it was just becoming my old room, because my parents were just splitting up at the time. So yeah, anyways, enough with that. So my stepdad heard me, because like the door, I mean, dude, it was right in the living room. So my whole room was a full furnished basement, right? Well, obviously I had my own separate room and bathroom, but the living room was in the fucking basement, and then there was like a laundry room like right in front of that fucking couch that I was sleeping at, right? So my stepdad heard, he came out, fucking asked what I was on and shit. I was just being slow and stupid, and I didn't really want to fucking be coherent. Eventually though, I just felt like I was getting chopped up, and like my fucking whole mind was just like my thoughts were getting rewinded, if that makes sense. It was like on some playback type shit. Like fucking let's rewind fucking 30 seconds before. I couldn't really think straight. So their solution was, my stepdad's solution really was to fucking throw me in a fucking cold shower. My mom was fucking scared. She was about to call the ambulance, and my stepdad knew what was happening. I think he already knew I was on weed, basically. my mom didn't know. She was kind of freaking out. But after like maybe 30 minutes, after I took the shower and shit, and they're just like really trying to calm me down, he knew I was gonna throw up. I can't fucking forget this. I didn't write this down, but he literally said like in like 5 minutes I was gonna throw up after the shower. And Lord and behold, or whatever this fucking saying is, I literally threw up into the fucking trash because like my mom got a trash bin from my bathroom, fucking threw that bitch right in front of me. I threw up in there. And eventually, like, they just, my stepdad was the one, obviously, he's coming up with the shit. He told me that I should just go to bed. He told my mom to just chill, that I should be good in the morning. And, yeah, I do remember a little bit after, like, I was just, like, fucking, like, curling up in a ball while everybody was asleep, just, like, in my fucking mind, just trying to fucking calm myself down. I can't believe, like, they were gonna take me to the hospital if I didn't get any better. Like, just a weak psychosis. But that's scary, dudes. Don't fuck around with overdosing anything. Meaning, like, just don't take too much of your tolerance. If you know, like, you have a certain limit, just don't go over that limit. You know what I mean? You're gonna fuck your mind up. And I didn't get any like permanent fucking psychological effects through this, but I just had a very bad first trip. And I don't know if that's like the reason why I can't really take edibles as much. I just hate fucking edibles. I get way too high from them. They taste like shit. I can handle the taste, but like, they're just really fucking potent to me. A lot of people say they don't feel edibles. I am completely opposite of that. My fucking enzymes break them down way too good. But this video is getting a little too long. I do hope you like this video. This did kind of help out. I did get broken up with after this. This is like the reason. If you haven't checked out that video, I should link this down below. I didn't really get cheated on, like about to, but that just didn't fall through with her, I guess. But anyways, we'll be cranking out these videos. So hopefully after this video actually gets up, I'll have my fucking PSU fully loaded up. I should have better gameplay, so I should be running like Modern Warfare again. I could be playing some Arc Raiders, hopefully, crossing fingers. I can get some Arc Raider clips. I barely played like maybe 2 weeks worth of that game, and then my PC started fucking up. But anyways, it's about to be 13 minutes. Hope you guys like, and always stay green, stay safe. Peace out, y'all. Bro fist.